You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
So, I don't think I've worn this jersey in about not since I got it anyway. My Devon Holland jersey. Thought I'd wear it. Just because why not? As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, it's got 22. Devon Holland very quickly said, "I ain't doing this no more. I'm changing to 8. I don't want academe curse on me." But it's all love. Spoke to. And I think part of the reason I wore it as well is because the other day I was walking and I was just like, we spoke to Devon Holland this year. I was like, wow. So, I thought I'd dust it off, chuck it on. And like I said, I dusted it off and chucked it on. He dusted it down and chucked it off. And I'm not doing this. Switch to 8, Snowman. Snowman was born. So, again, Devon, thank you. And if you haven't listened to the episode, go check it out after. But Mr. Charlie Touche, we're back on this grind. How you doing?
This 2 episodes in a row. We back, baby. That's consistency. We back at it. Bro, when you turn the AC on and it's too cold, do you say, let me turn the AC up or let me turn the AC down?
I don't really have AC problems like that, but I guess I would say I turn it down.
But it's already too cold. Why are we turning it down if it's too cold?
I don't know.
I don't know either, bro.
I
think I say down too. Like, hey, I'm gonna turn the AC down, but it's too cold. Like down is the temperature goes down, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's weird because some people say up. Like turn the AC up.
But see, I think I would say that to make it cooler. Like so if the AC is off, yeah, and I want it to, and I'm going to turn it on to cool myself down. Like, okay, I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to power it up. Like that's the only thing I can think of. Now you've said it, it makes no sense. But I know I'm turning.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah. Oh, strange. But yeah, how are you? Internet connections. Hello?
Your connection was tripping? Yeah, your connection was tripping, but I got most of it. Or maybe that was my connection tripping.
I think so.
I got most
again,
of it.
We don't edit anything, but you just froze. Like just froze like this. Oh, whatever your face was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was, I didn't know it was mine or yours because you froze too. But I mean, I gotta believe it's mine because I'm not in the place I'm usually at. But it's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy Charlie Touche. Got my co-host Kadeem Simmons with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Turn the AC up. Turn the AC down. I thought you turned the heat up. I thought that's the thing. Turn the heat up.
But yeah, I guess if you're hot, so if you're cold, then you turn the heat up. So yeah.
I don't know, man. But hey, what we got today, Kadeem?
As avid football fans, now we're at the time of the season where it's like, okay, football is on the horizon. The Miami Dolphins. Oh, my voice. See, you start recording again, and your voice is like, I'm not used to talking this long for this much. But yeah, the Dolphins rookies are reporting to. Is it now training camp? Isn't it now? We've done mini camp, we've done OTAs, we're now at training camp. So the rookies are first in the building, followed by the vets later on. So I think it's a week difference. So yeah, the the rookie the Dolphins drafted in the 2022 NFL draft, the guys we signed as free agents when the draft had finished, they're all in the building, getting in some work, I guess, before the whole team gets there and before preseason officially gets underway. What do you make of this time of year when the rookies report to training camp?
I think people still trying to find out where their locker is, and they don't even know the area well. They don't know the city. They don't know where they're going to get food from. They're still trying to remember the password to their laptops. That's why it's important to have a vet locker room. When you're new, you're just taking in all kinds of information. You were just in college. It's a lot for rookies. So that's why you see a jump. You see a leap in year 2 type stuff. But I don't think there is one rookie on our team that we absolutely need to show up. And that's great because we don't need anyone to show up. Do you think one of them need to show up? Like, yo, if he don't show up, we're in trouble?
I wouldn't say we'd be in trouble, but I think there is one who kind of needs to have somewhat of an impact. And I say that, so finish your point and I'll start mine.
So, yeah, I don't think there's one that we absolutely need to show up. We would absolutely love for them to show up. We would love for them to be impact players. We would like to think that we hit in the draft and then they come in and they all of a sudden is contending for defensive rookie of the year. Yeah, we would like that to happen. But do we need that to happen? Like, man, if these boys don't show up this year, we're in trouble. And I don't think there's a need. You said we need an impact player out of the rookies. I don't think we need one. We would like one, but we don't think we need them. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about too, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's not a matter of if this person doesn't show up, we're in trouble. But I started this episode off talking about, we interviewed Devon Holland. We also interviewed friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin. And, friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin said that rookie year being able to kind of just sit and learn was so beneficial. And I think of all the rookies we drafted, signed in, as undrafted free agents, I think all of them could benefit from sitting a year and we'd be completely fine. Like not that we wouldn't even know that they're there, but we wouldn't know that they're there. But you know what? It's not an issue. I think Channing Tindall, given our linebacker core, and I think how much we needed to draft a linebacker, he's the one who I wouldn't say we need, but I think would have an impact this year. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we still had a good defense. We still had a 14th, 15th, 16th ranked defense last year. He's not needed to show up. We would like that. We would like for him to come in, and the Dolphins don't lose 7 games straight having the 16th ranked defense. So the defense is probably going to be top 10. And then if he shows up, it can make us a top 8, I guess. But I think we're going to be a top 10 defense regardless of what Channing Tindall does. So that's why I don't think it's an absolute must. But it would be nice if he comes in looking like Michael Parsons. Of course.
And the reason I did say Tindall was because the rest of the defense heading into the draft, it was like, okay, we don't need a safety. Like, if we didn't draft a safety, yes, that's fine because we don't need a safety. If we didn't draft, anyone on the defensive line, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. We are set at defensive line for the season. Corner would, I guess you can make an argument for corner, but even then, it's like, well, you're just going to be a depth person. Because I think with linebacker, it was like we kind of needed, I wouldn't say a starter, but someone to play alongside Jerome Baker. Ideally a 3-down linebacker who, can, I guess, have a bigger impact in the pass game. For all of Jerome Baker's skills, he's probably weakest in the pass game. So if you could find me an off-ball linebacker in the draft, I think it would have been perfect. So that's why I said I think Tyndall, if anyone, needs to make an impact. But I totally agree with you in the sense of him not seeing a single snap doesn't mean the defense gets worse. It just means that if he can play and play well, then it can only benefit the team.
Channing Tindall's closing speed is impeccable. Yeah, the Dolphins need linebackers. We still need linebackers. I agree. But we don't need Channing Tindall to have a Micah Parsons season for the Dolphins to do something this year. Shout out, because you brought up 40 Acres and a Hellcat. Shout out to Miles Gaskin. Miles Gaskin Camp follows us at Go Time Dolphins on IG. Shout out to 40 Acres and a Hellcat. Shout out to Miles Gaskin Camp. I believe Savant Ahmed also has a camp out there in Washington during the offseason. Shout out to them boys. What rookie, and it could be Channing Tindall again, what rookie do you expect to show up? Like, I guess not expectations, but what rookie do you think will show up more than any other rookie this year? If it's Tyndall, it's Tyndall. It's cool. We just talked about him, but if it's him, it's him. Who do you think is going to show up more so than any other rookie? Whether we drafted him or he's undrafted.
So, for those who don't know or can't remember who we drafted, and signed as undrafted free agents, we already mentioned Channing Tindall. We also drafted Cameron Good, outside linebacker, Skylar Thompson, a quarterback, and Eric Ezukama, aka Easy E, wide receiver. And then in terms of undrafted guys, Verone McKinley, safety, Kellen Deesh, tackle, Zakondre White, running back, Blaze Andreas, offensive line, Elijah Hamilton, DB, Ty Cleary, play center or guard, but offensive line, Tommy Heavily, Tommy Heavily, punter, Kader Kahoo, DB, Jordan Williams, defensive line, Owen Carney, outside linebacker, DeAndre Johnson, outside linebacker, Ben Still, defensive line, Tanner Connor, wide receiver, and Braylon Sanders, wide receiver. Of all those guys mentioned, I think it's Zakondre White. And again, it's someone who, it's a crowded running back room. We don't even know who's going to start. But if there's someone who's going to, I guess, make a name for himself, I can imagine it being Zakondre White and kind of giving the coaches a real headache in terms of, whether he makes it onto the roster. And that's the difficult thing with those situations is you want him to have a great training camp, an amazing preseason, but not too good that we can't stash you away in the practice squad because someone's going to pick you up. So there's a fine line between doing well to make it onto the practice squad at least, but not too well that another team going to take him off you and you're never going to see him again. Like, was it Curtis Weaver who we drafted?
Yes.
Got injured. We cut him to chuck him in the practice squad, and the Browns were like, "Thank you very much, we'll take him." And it's like, yeah. So you don't want that to happen, but if he plays amazing, and we'll talk about this further down the line. But if Zakondre White balls out in training camp and in preseason, what do you do with him?
You put him on a roster. That's what happens. You put him on a roster.
In place of who? And again, we'll discuss this further down the line.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have. Unfortunately, one of your favorite Dolphin players aren't going to be there. I still think, and I don't have any sources that told me this, but I still think Raheem Mostert comes in on the PUP list. I think Raheem Mostert starts on the PUP list, and that's why we signed Sony Michel. I don't think Mostert's going to be ready. So if White was decided he wanted to show up, I'm not mad at it. Who do you take off? It's probably going to be friend of the podcast, Miles Gaskin or Savon Ahmed. Thing is, out of all those rookies, I ain't gonna lie, Ben still got the best name of all those rookies. Like, I know his nickname got to be B Still. B Still, boy, what's up, B Still? You feel me? So shout out to B Still, but he's not my pick. I'm gonna go with Kellen Diesch. Kellen Diesch is a sneaky pick. Shout out to Charlie Wilson coming on the podcast saying he didn't give up a sack all season. I forgot how Charlie Wilson said it. It was like Kellen Diesch didn't give up a pressure, and it's the wildest stat. And then the dude, who's the other dude that got drafted? You know, we got to get Charlie Wilson back on here. But Charlie Wilson compared one of the first or second round tackles to Kellen Diesch, and Kellen Diesch statistics was better than this said tackle. So yeah, man. Kellen Diesch is sneaky, and so is Dr. White. Because so is Dr. White, because they have a direct path at success. There's a need where White is. There's a need where Diesch is. So they have direct paths at success, and so does Channing Tindall. Direct path at success. Not so much with Eric Ezukama, because there's a lot of traffic in front of him. A lot of dope players in front of Ezukama, and he don't have that attitude. And again, it's not a bad attitude. I just feel like he's just happy to be here. And I like Eric Ezukama. I don't want that I'm happy to be here attitude. I need the, hey, I'm not just happy to be here. I want my targets. I'm coming in to get significant playing time. I want Eric Ezukama to be a diva like Sherrod Steve hates. I want Sherrod Steve to hate Eric Ezukama because Eric Ezukama came in balling like, where's my touches? I need more touches.
Basically, you want him to be Preston Williams as a rookie.
Yeah.
Minus the health injuries.
That's what I want. I want Eric Ezukama to come in looking like Preston Williams, straight up.
I think someone else who I mentioned, who I hope can force his way into the playing rotation. And that's for Ron McKinley. He looks like a ball hawk. He's a friend of the podcast, Devon Holland. So he's a friend of a friend, which makes him our friend. And yeah, just.
Well, you really stressed that one out, didn't you?
But you know what I mean, though? Like, the Dolphins have okay depth at DB, depending on what positions you're looking at. But again, if Ron McKinley can find his way into the rotation, and you've got ball hawks in Xavier Howard and Devon Holland, and then you add McKinley in that, again, it's going to be a problem. So he's someone who I'm secretly hoping does well. So much so that if I didn't have a curse over my name, I'd probably get his jersey. But there's a curse over my name, so I'm not going to get his jersey. So he doesn't need to worry about that.
Verone McKinley, someone else who has a direct path at success because there's a need at DB, at slot corner. Do you want to start Javon Holland at slot? Nah, you want Javon Holland to play natural. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to put Brandon Jones in the slot? No, you want him to be natural. Nick Needham is there. Noah Igbenogany is there. You really want Verone McKinley to win that job and not just give it to him. You want him to win it. But someone that doesn't get talked about enough, and maybe it's rightful, but maybe it's not. But Kadeem always brings this person up. I've never brought this person up ever. But Cameron Good. Is there a way Cameron Good could make this team, Kadeem?
Yeah. So same way I would like what you do if Dr. White has an amazing summer. If Cameron Good has an amazing summer, then he'll find his way, onto the team. And if he has an amazing summer and he finds his way into the team, then that's only a good thing. Again, this isn't the days of, I say again, it's not like this is Brian Flores' first year where all you have to do is basically chuck on a helmet, pads, and you probably will make it into the Dolphins team because there was no talent. It was just chucking talent at the wall and seeing what sticks. If Cameron Good can ball out to the point where he makes the roster, that's brilliant. That's only a good thing for the Dolphins. So yeah, that's how he makes the roster. Person to the point where it's undeniable that he, is a rotation piece at least.
Bro, you England people say brilliant for everything.
One is because I don't swear on the podcast, so I don't say effing brilliant or something like that. And sometimes it's a matter of when you get a word in your head, I could have said amazing, spectacular, phenomenal. I honestly didn't notice me saying brilliant over and over again, I guess. So thanks for pointing that out. Now I can't use it ever again.
That's brilliant, mate.
I pronounced the L as brilliant, not brilliant.
Quarterback.
Water.
No one pronounces T's in England. Little.
Yeah.
That's wild. What about Skylar Thompson? I think, and everyone talking about, oh, why you draft Skylar Thompson? Like, listen, again, let's talk about why you draft a quarterback. You draft a quarterback because they hold the most capital in the NFL. Like, they're worth the most in the NFL. So if you could find a diamond in the rough, a gem somewhere in the 6th or 7th round, and turn them into compensation, that's playing with house money. You know what I'm saying? So you draft Skylar Thompson, you keep him on your practice squad. Hopefully he turns out to be something, and something goes wrong with a quarterback, someone gets hurt, you have a third quarterback in the holster that knows your playbook, knows your team. You don't have to go spend $10 million on a quarterback smoking Jay. You feel me? So you just upgrade Skylar Thompson and you have him. Now, with the hope is he's so good that you move on from Teddy Bridgewater. Like, dang, Skylar Thompson's so good that he's the backup now. And you don't, how much, off the top of your dome, Kadeem, how much does Teddy Bridgewater make?
Is it 6.5 million?
Cool. We'll call it 7. Off the top of your head, how much did Jacoby Brissett make last year?
Way too much money.
It was like 7-8 million. I don't know if you know that.
No.
Yeah. So the cost for a backup quarterback, if you can hit on a backup quarterback with a young quarterback, the reason you want a seasoned quarterback is because Tua was so young. You want that veteran presence in the locker room. Hey, watch this, look out for this, and this is what I see in the defense. Look out for this dude. He's real sneaky. All the good stuff, right? Tyreek Hill throws one pass, it gets picked off, and he said, I didn't even see that guy. You know what I'm saying? So the older the quarterback is in the quarterback room, the better, kind of. And that's why Schaub stayed along for so long. What's the name? I said Brandon Schaub is an MMA fighter.
Matt Schaub
is the quarterback, right? So Matt Schaub stayed hanging around and in quarterback room so long. So same thing with the experienced quarterback. You kind of want them to be behind Tua, but if you hit on a young quarterback, now you can just start flipping them, like New England was doing. Jimmy Garoppolo flipped them. Ryan Mallett got away with highway robbery. I guess it wasn't highway robbery, but flipped them. Matt Castle flipped them. All those quarterbacks behind Brett Favre, Ty Detmer flipped them. All these guys. So if you could hit on quarterbacks late in the draft, rookies, and you could turn them into compensation, that's something you got to do.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's also a matter of they're cheap. They're dirt cheap. You know, in an ideal world, you have they're just cheap. Rookie quarterbacks or drafted quarterbacks are just dirt cheap. So, yeah, you take them, you refresh them every few years, and you keep it moving. You don't pay your backup quarterback $8 million. You don't pay your backup more than you pay your starter. That's just stupid. And yeah, paying $8 million for a backup quarterback is just not at all. But that's where we were last year, and that's where we are this year in terms of paying Teddy 2 gloves.
Teddy 2 gloves. Hey, whoever came up with that emoji with the 2 gloves, man, that boy snap. The 2 gloves emoji.
So good. A lot of fun. There's and also yeah, I was going to mention these simply because if the Dolphins can find I think with all these rookies, it doesn't matter who it is. If any rookie makes it onto the roster, then that's amazing. Practice squad, yeah, is what it is. But if you can make it onto the 53-man roster, especially you went undrafted, then the Dolphins are cooking with fire. Cooking gas or cooking with fire?
Wow, now we're cooking with fire, bro.
Cooking with gas, isn't it?
How is this fire? Is it like a roast? Is it like a rotisserie? Like is it a campfire and we just rotating like the raccoon or the squirrel that we just shot? Like what we're cooking with fire now, Kadeem? Like what year is it that we're cooking with fire?
Well, hold on. Technically, well, I guess it depends on where you're cooking it. Yeah. Thing is, if you go camping or like,
are we in the middle of the woods cooking with fire, Kadeem?
Well, hold on. If you go to a pizzeria, and they got the pizza oven,
brick oven.
Yeah, isn't that cooking with fire?
Nah, bro, you can't get out of this one. Like we're cooking with fire.
Wait. Answer that question. Is that not cooking with fire?
Kadeem, is there anything else you can cook with?
Actually, yeah. Technically, you can cook with whatever the hell a microwave cooks stuff in.
Oh my goodness. We're cooking with fire, boy. Like, hey, tune in to Go Time Dolphins. This is the only place you're gonna get the foolishness. I guess
also if
you're gonna get some other type of foolishness everywhere else, but this is the only type of oh man, cooking with fire.
I literally asked what the phrase was. Is it cooking with fire or cooking with gas? Because both sound right to me. That's why I first said it. I was like, is it even right? Same way do you turn your AC up or down?
No, it's not the same. This is you taking bad
Please let me finish. Same way do you turn your AC up or down? I was asking the question because I said cooking with fire, like that doesn't sound right. So I was like, is it one of those things where I've legit got it wrong, or do people say both? I'm asking you to help me. Help me. I'm asking you to help me. And again, this is why we aren't friends. Because if we were friends, then no, Kadeem, by the way, this is the correct phrase. Instead, you're laughing at me and can't help me out. So it's cool. I see how you are. You stay here. The truth is, the reason we didn't record for so long because me and you aren't friends and we couldn't agree a time to even see each other face to face. That's what it was.
This guy got all the jokes. Listen, man, that's not the truth because I told you say ride together, die together, but you live to fight another day. That's not the right quote, and you still say it.
No, that one I know that the right quote, but that's again, I've amalgamated two awesome quotes and made it a Kadeem quote. That's what I say. I know I'm saying it wrong, but Kadeem had put it that way. That's why I say that. This one, I was simply asking, please help me clarify that I got it wrong, or actually Kadeem got it right. That's what I asked. That's what I asked.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. And we are cooking with fire in the 1400s. In the 1400s.
Obviously, we're going to save this announcement for bonus time, but I might as well just get out now. This is the last episode of Go Time Dolphins because it's clear that the relationship is so broken between Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons that they can't see eye to eye, and they're going to clear it. They're going to go their own separate ways. They're both going to hit free agency. They might end up on another podcast. Who knows? But we had 212 episodes, maybe more, maybe like 214. And this is how it ends. So I would say it's been fun, but I'm not really friend no more. So,
Hey, what's up, man? What other rookie has a chance to show us something this year?
No, I think that's probably it. I think everyone else either plays a position where I guess we're okay, and like you said, we don't need you to really do anything. If you do, that's amazing. Or we've kind of mentioned them already. I can't see anyone who I'm like, you know what, actually, no, maybe Ty Cleary if he's going to play center, because then he could kick, Conor Williams back out to guard. But even then, it's like, who knows?
Man, I want the Dolphins to just go get a center. Just go get one. Why are we building this team in this window to play around with a position that we need so bad? You know what I'm saying? What are we saving up for right now? Oh, let's save up. Let's just what? Go get a center. Hey, y'all come on over to bonus time, man. Y'all know what time it is. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Your favorite podcast. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time.
All right. Make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time.
Bro, did you see that on Twitter? The dude that imitated all the quarterbacks?
Yes, I did.
Was that not so good or what?
It's one of those ones where, yeah, it's scary. It's scary how good and funny they were. Some are a bit too on the nose. Like the Watson one's just like, oh snap, like he actually went there. But yeah, it's yeah, so good, so good.
But every time I watch, all right, I'm not on social media often, but I'm about to I'm gonna retweet it, and y'all could go check it out on my Twitter at Charlie _ Touche on Twitter and at Charlie Touche on IG. But man, this dude imitates, or he has an impression of a lot of quarterbacks. It would say like 10 quarterbacks. He has Watson, Cam Newton, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Peyton Manning, Kyler Murray. How many? There's a couple more quarterbacks he imitates. But listen, when he did Cam Newton, Kadeem, bro, I laughed out loud every single time I watched it. I watched it about 12 times. And every single time I always laugh out loud at that one part. I'm like, oh my goodness. It's so good, man. All right. So rookies. Are you okay with Jalen Phillips' rookie season last year?
Yeah, definitely. I think if Micah Parsons didn't do what Micah Parsons did, I think there would have been. You probably would have had, So Parsons won what, defensive rookie of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there would have been a conversation to be had whether Jalen Phillips could have won that had Micah Parsons not, gone berserk basically. Because yeah, 8.5 sacks as a rookie. Yeah, was really, really good. and he's someone who, as the season progressed, you could see him coming into his own more and more. And like you said at the start of the show, that jump from year 1 to year 2 should really be, especially in the case of Jalen Phillips, really special.
And I don't think we got to. Oh, I'm tripping. I don't think we got to discuss the rookie season that Waddle had.
No, not at all. The guy set. Okay, do you know what? Yeah, he's another one. We spoke in the last episode about Mike Gesicki not being used enough last season.
Mm-hmm.
Could probably make a genuine case that Jalen Waddle wasn't used enough. Because again,
You're right about that.
Because again, he's someone who's just like through no fault of his own, just be like, where's Jalen Waddle? Haven't seen him in ages. And he's also someone who had. There's definitely plays which both him and Tua will look back and say, either one of us messed up in terms of that. There's a throw, I cannot remember who it was against, but
Atlanta.
I would say the Giants.
Jacksonville.
What?
It was in London. You talking about interception?
No, it's not the interception.
Oh, my bad.
So I'm pretty sure it's against the Giants where Tua's got Jalen Waddle.
We played the Giants last year? We did not play the Giants last year.
No. Yes, we did. Yes, we definitely did. Because I worked with someone who's a Giants fan, and I remember beating them. Let me double check the score. Giants. December 5th, 29 victory to the Dolphins.
29 what?
29.
Oh, 20-9. We beat December. We played the Giants?
Yes.
Can't remember.
Looking at the stats, Tua started December.
Mm-hmm.
He went 30 for 41, 30 from 41, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin, 15 carries for 44 yards. Jalen Waddle, 9 receptions for 90 yards. Parker, 5 for 62. Gesicki, 7 for 46. Albert Wilson, 4 for 26. Hunter Long, 1 for 8.
I can't remember this game, man.
All those guys I just said, none of them scored a touchdown. The touchdowns came from Matt Collins, 1 reception for 5 yards, and Isaiah Ford, 1 reception for 2 yards. Xavier Howard had a pick. Jalen Phillips had 2 sacks. Adam Butler had a sack. Jalen Waddle had 2 kick returns. 2 kick returns, 2 for 32 yards, 1 punt return, 1 for 7 yards. Jason Sanders went 2 for 3 from field goals.
Why are we missing field goals, bro? Can we get a better season out of this Sanders this year?
100%.
Like, can we get the clutch kicker, the leg back? The leg that was from 2020.
And this game had Mike Lennon go 23 from 44 attempts, 187 yards, 1 interception. This game exists. But anyway, so in this game, and I think it's this game, Tua has Waddle open on like a deep post. And if he puts it in his stride, touchdown, 100%. Instead, he throws it up in the air, Waddle has to jump to catch it, and then he gets taken down. And in my opinion, that's a throw that Tua would want to look back and say, do you know what? I messed up. Because that's easy, that's one of the passes where he goes for a touchdown and it's further proof that Tua can throw deep. Yes, Tua can throw deep because it's a completion, but the accuracy wasn't quite there. And there's certain passes which Tua, sold Waddle, but there's also certain receptions in which it's money on Waddle, and he didn't make a guy miss. And I'll end on this. There's definitely one of the games in which the set plays, and I think it's against the Raiders, I want to say, where it's a play action pass. Waddle is butt naked open over the middle. And if Brissett knew how to play quarterback in the NFL, easy touchdown. instead he dumps it off to think like Devon or someone, and it goes out for nothing.
Man, that's not fair, bro. Like, we don't know what that play looked like. We don't know the reads. We don't know none of that.
But again, that's so, and it's funny because there was this whole conversation on social media. I probably could try and find it.
We don't know the protection either. Like, the protection could have called for him to get the ball out.
Right. So, as I was saying, before I was really interrupted, there was this whole conversation on Twitter, on social media, where someone said that exact thing, basically, no, it's not fair. The O-line didn't hold up and anything like that. And it's played back. And Brissett has time to pump fake and still check down. And Jalen Waddle was just like, yeah.
Doesn't mean we know the protection though. Like, the protection can tell you how soon or how long you have to before you can get this ball out. Just because he was able to pump fake it doesn't mean the protection did not call for him to get it out faster. I'm just saying. I'm
going to find that pass. I'm going to tweet it out from the Go Time Dolphins account. I'm going to share it with you as well. In my opinion, a half decent NFL starter finds Waddle on this pass behind his Dolphins line on that play. Because there's that much protection. And because this conversation happened well over a week ago, I don't have the time to scroll back through the Go Time Dolphins account to find the conversation. And a quick Twitter search can't find it. But yeah, it's one of those things where, in my opinion, set messed up on that pass.
Shout out to Ricky Watson for having Go Time Dolphins, myself, Charlie Touche, and Kadeem Simmons in his latest article. Is it dolphinetics.com? But it was about a fan podcast, covering fan podcast. And y'all know we for the fans, about the fans. So shout out to Ricky Watson for having us in that one. Appreciate you, bro.